bam. Picture this for a second. Cletus McFarland, the burnout king, the turbo wizard, the YouTube legend who made Crown Vics cool again, has just driven straight into NASCAR and flipped the whole script. This isn't some goofy side project or a one-off collab video. A real NASCAR team with real sponsors, real mechanics, and real money on the line just looked at everything he's been doing and said, "That's the guy we want in our garage." Now hold on, because this isn't your average racing headline. This isn't another rookie coming out of ARCA or some veteran swapping rides. No, this is a YouTuber who built his empire on burnouts, nitrous bottles, and train horns suddenly being handed the keys to one of the most historic racing series in America. And if you think that sounds crazy, you're right. But let's back up for a second. We all saw how Cletus transformed Stafford Speedway into something out of a racing carnival with his New England 900. Forget polished cars and boring lap times. He rolled out fleets of beat-up Crown Vics. Some had nitrous, some had train horns. Others looked like they belonged in a demolition derby. The crowd, they didn't just watch, they lived it. Kids screaming, grown adults waving flags, engines echoing like thunder. It didn't feel like short-track racing anymore. It felt like pro wrestling on asphalt. Characters, rivalries, storylines, the kind of racing where winning wasn't even the point. It was about chaos, personality, and fun. And here's the key. Fans left talking about it. That's something NASCAR has been missing for years. Because let's be honest, the traditional short track scene has been dying. You show up, drivers race, they pack up, they leave. No sparks, no stories, no reason for casual fans to come back. But the New England 900, it felt alive. And suddenly, people who hadn't cared about racing in decades were saying, "I'd watch that again." Now fast forward. Whispers start spreading through the NASCAR paddock. Ram, yes, the truck brand, is looking at coming back to the Truck Series. They haven't been on the grid full-time in more than a decade. But now, rumors say they want to return. And in the middle of those conversations, Cletus McFarland. Imagine that, a major manufacturer teaming up with a YouTube stunt king. That's not just a racing story, that's a cultural earthquake. Because NASCAR isn't just fighting other racing series anymore. It's fighting for attention in a world of TikTok, Twitch, and short attention spans. And what better way to grab that attention than partnering with someone who has millions of loyal fans online? So what role would Cletus play? That's the wild part. He could be a driver, running a truck part-time, showing up at Daytona, Talladega, Bristol, maybe just a handful of races where chaos is guaranteed. Or maybe he's not in the driver's seat at all. Maybe he's the hype machine, the ambassador, the guy who gets younger fans to care about NASCAR again, the one who brings energy and personality to a sport that sometimes feels too buttoned up. But here's where things get real. NASCAR isn't just showing up on weekends. A full Truck Series season means 25 races across the country, from February to November. Practice sessions, qualifying, sponsor meetings, travel, filming content. It's a grind that eats rookies alive. Even veterans struggle to balance it. So if Cletus commits to a full-time schedule, his entire content empire will have to bend around it. Still, his promotional power is undeniable. Imagine the vlogs, the behind-the-scenes footage, the garage tours where he's cracking jokes with mechanics, the viral clips of him testing a race truck with a nitrous button hidden in the dash. Every video would pull in millions of views. And those views? They bring younger fans to NASCAR's door. Kids, teens, even casual viewers who never gave racing a chance before. Now let's get to the bombshell. Behind closed doors, away from the cameras, a NASCAR team has already made their decision. After watching Cletus light up Stafford Speedway, after seeing the energy he brings, they said, "That's the spark we need." And so they signed him, not as a gimmick, not as a joke, as part of their real team. Picture the first race weekend. The garage is full of polished, sponsor-heavy trucks. Then suddenly, in rolls Cletus's ride. Crown Vic-inspired paint job. Train horns mounted somewhere they shouldn't be. Fans with cameras swarming him like he's The Rock walking into WrestleMania. Mechanics shaking their heads but also smiling because they know it's about to get wild. And here's the thing. The fans will show up, they'll bring friends, they'll pack the stands, and they'll talk about NASCAR again the way people used to when Dale Earnhardt and Rusty Wallace were trading paint. Because for the first time in years, NASCAR will feel unpredictable. But not everyone's cheering. Behind the scenes, there's already pushback. Other teams are bitter. They've been grinding for years, clawing for sponsors, paying their dues. And now, a YouTuber skips the line. One veteran insider said, "It's like letting a kid with a GoPro cut to the front row at Daytona. We bleed for this, and now we've got to compete with train horns?" And honestly, you can't blame them. This has never happened before. NASCAR has always been about working your way up. ARCA, late models, Xfinity, then maybe the big leagues. But maybe that's exactly why this is working. Because for too long, NASCAR has felt safe, predictable. And fans don't crave predictable. They crave characters. The Truck Series has always been the testing ground. Remember when Toyota first came in? People thought it would ruin the sport. Now you can't imagine NASCAR without them. This Cletus deal? It could be the same thing. If it works, sponsors flood in, new fans fill the seats, NASCAR expands instead of shrinking. But here's the gamble. What if it flops? What if Cletus can't hang on the track? What if his fan base only tunes in once and disappears? What if he crashes out in his debut and becomes a meme instead of a hero? The moment he straps into that truck, he's not just a showman anymore. He's a competitor. And in NASCAR, competitors get judged hard. Fans are already divided. Some love it. Finally, they say. Someone bringing fun back. One fan wrote, "I'd rather watch Cletus wreck Crown Vics than another boring cookie cutter race." But others? They're disgusted. One tweet said, "This is a circus. He's not a racer. He's an entertainer. NASCAR isn't supposed to be WWE." And that's the real debate. What is NASCAR really? Is it a sport or is it a show? The truth is, it's always been both. Dale Earnhardt wasn't just the intimidator because he won. He was the intimidator because of the rivalries, the swagger, the story. The best NASCAR moments weren't just photo finishes. They were fistfights in the infield, water bottles thrown in anger, rivalries that fans still argue about decades later. That's the spark McFarland is bringing back. Whether you like him or hate him, he makes people feel something. And in sports, that's priceless. So now the big question, will he go all in? Will he risk his entire YouTube empire, his content schedule, and his crazy lifestyle to run a full NASCAR season? Or will he play it part-time, showing up just enough to light the fuse but not burn himself out? Either way, the decision's been made. A NASCAR team is betting on Cletus McFarland, and now the entire racing world is watching, some with excitement, some with skepticism, but everyone's watching. Because in the end, love him or hate him, Cletus McFarland just pulled off what no one else in years has managed to do. He made NASCAR unpredictable again. So here's my question for you. Is Cletus saving the sport or turning it into a circus? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I guarantee this story isn't over yet. And if you want more chaos, more controversy, and more behind-the-scenes racing drama, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button.